Hello everyone. This is a remake of my previous reading of this chapter, now that I have a better microphone. Chapter 1, Prologue. The calm winds rolled over the hills, and Aelfred drank deep from his mug of tea in his iron chair in front of his wooden cottage. A man at the young age of 45, he moved out of his burrow in the city of Dubinwater barely a month ago, and was still getting settled. He was constantly working and getting things set up in his shack in the hills, and it drained everything from him. But the sweet, fresh air of the hills called to him and rejuvenated him, making all the hustle and bustle worth it. It had come from the stifling city of Dubinwater, which was choked by the dwarven industries of brewing and smithing, and was generally a city which was very stubborn to Aelfred's relatively free way of life. Ever since he was a child, he always wished to see the surface in a context other than going with his father on guard duty. He always heard tales of mighty warriors who would go on expeditions to destroy dark creatures outside of the city, and he wanted to be like that. He, however, never had enough money to go out into the world. Until the elves came. They were conquering their way across the entire world until they finally set their eyes on Drintaran, the kingdom which ruled Dubinwater. No dwarf in the city knew they were coming, so when they landed on the shores in their magnificent green ships, the fisher dwarves thought that this meant a forceful military campaign, and they ran immediately to inform Golda Queen about the invasion. After hearing this, she set an enormous effort to start conscription. Every able-bodied dwarf who volunteered into the army would get a personal set of steel armor as well as a steel axe, when typically soldiers had to get their own armor and weapons. And so Aelfred's father, Aelfwulf, and his mother, Leofgifu, joined the army. They quickly rose in the ranks, becoming thanes after a decisive battle against the elves. Eventually, the war against the elves ended when an elven ambassador finally made it to Dubinwater and explained that the elves do not seek war, but instead seek to protect Drintaran. And so it came that Golda, Queen of the Dwarves, and Maril Marapo, an elven title meaning High Queen, of the Elves signed a peace treaty, giving Drintaran the military protection of the elven realm of Utopos. As thanes, Aelfred's parents were entitled to a plot of land in the hills, which they didn't intend on using. So they gave their land to their son. He swiftly moved there, and after about a month, finally got his cottage fully built. And so there he was, drinking his utopian tea, with his mother's axe by his side, when he finally saw a tall man in the distance, clad completely in robes, walking towards him. He gripped his axe and waited. End of chapter 1.